we took such a topic, three jewels of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I was thinking, what can I share? Suraj ko deepak dikhana na. Everybody knows already things, and great preachers already visited your place, and you know everything practically. But one thing definitely I wanted to remind as a reminder today, and topic will be three jewels of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, we were allowed to the personal treasury house of the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened wide this treasury and distributing this wealth to everyone in this universe. That's called, Mahavadanya, most merciful. And it's not exaggeration, because we can see the effect, how opulent we become by getting this this treasure. And I can share the screen with you now. So everybody can participate, and we'll start our presentation. We can start it maybe perhaps with Kirtan, few minutes, Jai Radha Madhava. All right, because I cannot avoid my friend, not introduce my friend, because we are traveling together since many, many years. And thank you for being with us tonight. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. कलयुग धाम प्रेम नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय जय Hare Krishna. So again, thank you for being together, and everybody can see the screen around. Can you see? Okay, super. And Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Prabhum Bande Balupyata Nugrahattarinana Ya Siddham Shri Chaitanya Prabhum Bande Balupyata Nugrahattarinana Matagraha Vyaptam Siddhanta Sagaram Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sakitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat. So dear devotees, today we have very important topic, and anyone who will be able to take this essence, basically, he will become the richest person in this universe, in this creation, actually. Sometimes we are saying that if in order to go somewhere, of course, we are using airlines, we have to buy the ticket. And ticket, of course, is not for free. But to pay for the ticket back to Godhead, we need to have some opulence or some funds to buy. And in Nityananda Prabhu's market, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, that in this age, the only means to go back to Godhead is the holy name. Kali Yuga Dharma. Harir Nama Eva Kevalam. Kalam Nastiva Gatiranyatha. Holy name is the means to go back to Godhead. But what's the currency? How we can get that? According to our acharyas explained that the currency is not dollars, not rupees, not rubles, like that. It's faith, Shraddha. Faith is the only currency which we can actually afford that ticket back to Godhead. Faith in sadhu, faith in holy name, faith in scriptures. And there are several stages of faith. So before we even start this very important discussion, I really wanted to make some stress points. Shraddha Anusari Bhakti Adhikari. Depends on our faith, we can obtain amount of knowledge and bhakti. So there is one saying in Hindi, Karam kamandal kah kahe tulsi kah gai sai, sarita jal nadi koop adhikam bunda ke samay. Means Karam kamandal depends on our activities, depends on our container of consciousness. Even we can come across ocean, river, or well, sarita jal nadi koop. Ocean, river, well, how much we can get water depends on our container. So we have to open our heart and open our mind, but we cannot open it to somebody to whom we don't trust. So therefore, it's very great privilege to be and share some knowledge with the people who investing trust. And there are stages. You see, a spiritual process starts with the Shraddha. Ato Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, etc. So it's stage by stage. But our acharyas explained that Shraddha it's equated to prema. It's only a question of time. Like a small seed of a watermelon is also watermelon, but we have to water it. So in due course of time, this seed will become big fruit. Watermelon, whatever it may be. So similarly, when we're coming together like this, Matchittamad gata prana bodhayantas parasparam, Kathayam tas chamam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. It is explained that we are discussing about Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that when devotees coming together, they discussing among themselves Krishna Katha about me. And in this way, they becoming joyful. Tushyanti charamanti cha. And the nature of soul is atyantika sukha pravriti. And to mitigate the sufferings, atyantika dukha nivriti. We don't want suffering, but we want happiness. It's nature. Satchit Ananda Vigraha, it's our nature. So, but we can see so many smiling faces, crying hearts, all world now crying. Maybe it is coronavirus, maybe this is a war, maybe this is economical problems, etc. Therefore, in Hindi they say, "Koi man se dukhi, koi tan se dukhi, koi dhan bina udas." Tora Tora sab dukhi. Sukhi, Shyam ka das. Bhagavan ka das is sukhi. So therefore, to be happy, we ultimately have to go back to God, to our original place. And to go there, Lord Chaitanya showed us the path. Mahat Janu Inagata Sapanta. And to get the faith, actually, I wanted to ask you one question. From where are we getting faith? As far as possible, we can try to make few two-way traffic. I will ask few questions. At least one of them I would like to put at the beginning. From where we can get the faith? Anyone who would like to volunteer, just brainstorm. From where we can get the faith? Because
who has the faith?
Say again?
Who has the faith?
Correct. That's that's true. See, that's true. And then what have we? See, everybody have faith. How many people? Srila Prabhupada had a faith. Srila Prabhupada, when Srila Prabhupada came to US, he gave this faith to so many people, right? Treasure, rain giving water to everyone, as this Bible says. You can throw the jewel, but then seed can come different places. Seed can fall down in the water. It can go to the pitch road and can fall down to the fertile soil. In some places it's growing, in some places not growing. Why so many people, they have faith? So many preachers, I believe, came to your place, spoke so much, but we still see around, honestly, a handful of people only. You see, handful of people. How many people in America and how many people actual real dedicated devotees? I can see only 48 in this meeting. So why that faith sprouting in somebody's hearts and in somebody's hearts it doesn't? Any thoughts?
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes.
I think when we pray to Krishna and he responds to us, and that way we feel more faith. We feel that he is listening to us. I guess I think that could be the reason.
Good guess, Mataji, but not the answer.
Okay.
Actually, see, it's very, very important to understand. Really, it's very important. I was meditating on that. And yes, please.
I believe if we do devotional service and read scriptures and do the right things, in fact, we develop faith and we fall in love with Krishna eventually.
Well, not exactly. You're right. That's the process. It's called sadhana. That is the process how to get there. But to get inside, you know, I'm now in India traveling, right? I was around Nepal. And by the way, I'm in India in more than 25 years already. Everybody have scriptures in their house and even Bhagavad Gita. They touching Bhagavad Gita perhaps every day and putting some red color there, sindur or something, puja, agarvati, mambati, dhan sampatti, ghar mein aave jai jagadish hari. But not everybody have that dedication. Drita brataha. Mohanirmukta bhajantimam dritabrataha, that strong determination, suhrida nischay, Krishna bhakti koila sarva karma krita hoy. That strong faith, just by doing Krishna bhakti, everything will be done. No, but everybody have the scriptures and everybody coming to temple once in a while, and it takes lifetime. In fact, Krishna says it takes many, many lifetimes. Bahunam janmanamante. But what actually happened, that Srila Prabhupada came to US, right? And he just was able to generate that faith in thousands of hearts, just like that. Not only that, he spread worldwide movement. And one sample piece sitting just in front of you. And so many sample pieces sitting in front of me. What makes us, this team here, different from all of the world, rest of the world? Let me tell you, this is very, very important. Actually, material world and spiritual world, in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains that this material world is a perverted reflection from spiritual world, just opposite. And this world's name called Karana. Karana means cause. Cause. Everything in this world has a reason, some cause. Every action has opposite and equal reaction. And spiritual world is causeless, just like Ahaituki, causeless. And anything comes from spiritual world is there is no cause, it's just mercy. So similarly, sadhu who actually connected to the spiritual world through the spiritual process, he has that causeless energy in his heart, Kripa Shakti. And that energy, Shakti Parinamavada, transformation of the energy, it's causeless. He carrying that energy. And the Shraddha happens when he speaks. Our purpose is to generate that, to evoke that causeless mercy energy from the heart of sadhu. That's it. Just to awaken it. So he can touch us with this causeless mercy. Because he has Krishna say, to mara Krishna dite paro, to mara shakati ache. You know, devotee has that power, but he's not giving to everyone. We have to generate that. Kripa Shakti. Once, and that one small prayer of sadhu about for us, it may do. Sometimes, once upon a time in our life, one sadhu prayed for us to Krishna. And that bija, Brahmanda Brahmete Kono Bhagyavana Jiva, Prasade Krishna Guru Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. You see? And once Giriraj Maharaj, I remember it's in LA, it was very, very nice meeting with him. And just anyway, he was remembering one incident, how he came to Krishna consciousness. He was student. He was just, as usual, materialistic student. He was studying. And he happened to come to the place where Srila Prabhupada was giving lecture. So after the lecture, he said, what Krishna gave to us, what he can do for us. And Srila Prabhupada looked at him and said, well, depends on what you want. If you want to become God, you are not God. We are servants of God. You are not the God. To understand and to receive something from God, you have to become servant because you are not God. And that time, Giriraj Maharaj was very much impressed and surprised. How does he know? In his room, in the place he was staying, in his room on the wall, it was big poster, huge poster. And in that poster was written, I am God. In his room. So he said, and Prabhupada told me, you are not God. So later on, he somehow joined this movement. And after 1 year, I believe, Srila Prabhupada again visited that place. And again, he saw Giriraj Maharaj. And he said, oh, I remember you. I remember that day I was praying for you to Krishna. Krishna, please make him devotee. And then Giriraj Maharaj said, oh, now I understand why I joined Krishna consciousness. Not because of my endeavor. Nayamatma balahinena labhya nami dhayana bahunam shrutena not by tapasya rahuganai tapasana yati nachijjaya nirvapanad grihadva nachandasa nirva jalagni suryer vinamahat padarajo bhishekam. Without the mercy of devotees, no tapasya, no endeavor, no material qualification will make that bija bhakti to sprout. No way, because we cannot impress Krishna. It's only by the mercy of devotees. And one small Kripa Shakti, Satam Kripa it's called. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, it's Satam Kripa in the heart of devotee. And then second one is Mahat Seva. Next step. Then we have Mahat Sevam Dwara Mahur Vimuktis. And then Shravanam. I don't want to, it's different seminar, so I already stuck in the introduction. And the third step is Shravanam, Shusrushok Sadadhanasya, Vasudeva Katharuchihi, Yat Mahat Sevaya Vipram Punya Tirthani Shevaya. So, and then by Shravanam, we can grow that bhakti seed. You see, first we have to get it, awoke it, and then we have to do seva. And the best seva is to listen. Shusrushok Sadadhanasya, Vasudeva Katharuchih, Yat Mahat Sevaya, Mahat Seva. Listen from sadhu, and by this constant Shravanam, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Koriya Uday, it will be sprouted. That's the principle. And that's why Srila Prabhupada, he said, we organize this ISKCON movement and society and centers to give people opportunity to hear about how God is great. You see, oh, Bhagavan Bahut Mahan hai upar wala. Very, very great. How great he is. You see, once one father and son, they came to the shop, what do you call it, chocolate shop. And small boy was so cute that shopkeeper became impressed and said, "But hey, my dear child, I'll give you, come here, I'll give you some chocolates in your hands. Give me your hands." And the child, he grabbed the leg of the father and he didn't want to give his hands. Then shopkeeper again said, "Come on, my dear baby, give me 2 hands. I'll put chocolates to you. Free. It's just complimentary to you. I want to give you chocolates." Still the small child, he never wanted to give his hands. He grabbed the father and, didn't want to stretch his hands. Then father said on behalf of the baby, "Okay, sir, sorry very much. He's a little bit confused and afraid. Give me chocolates. Later I'll give it to him." And father gave his own 2 hands like this. He put 2 hands, and shopkeeper fill up the hands of father with the chocolates. And bye-bye, and they left. While being outside the shop, they were walking together. Father asked the son, "Hey, my dear son, why you were afraid of the uncle? Why you didn't give your hands?" And son replied, "My dear father, I was not afraid at all. Why? Because your hands much bigger than mine. Therefore, I didn't give. Because your hands much bigger than mine. Therefore, it's better you give it. So you can get double or triple more than me." Similarly, if we depend in our life on ourselves, on our own integrity, not integrity, on our own opulence and qualification, material qualification, we will not be able to receive as much as if we can let Krishna guide our life. We have to give ourselves in the hands of God, to have full faith that he knows better what we need. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and he gave us this opulence because he knows we need this opulence. Because without this, our life will become adhura, sentimental. You see, many times I can see people coming and say, "Oh, Agarwati, Mambati," just touching the temple and just visiting, and they religious, little bit religious. They enjoying full material life like everyone, but a little bit of spice of religiosity, put some tika, and sometimes come to temple. It's Christian, many people I've seen also, Hindu also, many people. So we have to acquire these 3 jewels, and each and every of these topics are very, very deep and important. Today I'll touch all of them, and maybe in future later on I will be visiting, we can discuss each and every topic in depth, very deep, but I will mention it so for information. 3 jewels of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he gave to us: Vaishnava Seva, Namaruchi, this beautiful philosophical stone, beautiful Paraspathar, treasure, holy name, and Jiva Doya, mercy to living entities. Srila Prabhupada, he taught us very nicely, and he placed this essence in his books, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and through all the books, people asking, "How come your movement different from another movements? So many other movements. This yogi, that super pooper Baba, especially in India, how you people different?" Why? Because Krishna, he gave Krishna Bhakti, and faith in Krishna. Sukhrida Nischay, Krishna Bhakti hoila karma, sarva karma krita hoy, Krishna Bhakti. And Krishna Bhakti is very, very, very rare. Bahunam janmanam ante, gyanavan mam prapadyanti, vasudevak sarvamiti sa mahatma. sudurlabha, very, very rare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said to Jiva Goswami in Benares, Jivedaya namaruchi Vaishnava seva ihabahi sanatana nahi aradharma. Be merciful to the souls, chant the holy name and serve the Vaishnavas. Sanatan, there is no other religion besides this. And also he mentioned many times importance of this principle, and he demonstrated audio and video. He was showing people how to do practically implement. Krishna told to surrender 5,000 years ago, Mam ekam sharanam vraja, but he didn't show how to surrender. So after 5,000 years, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself had to come, Krishna himself had to come. He came to teach all of us, Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. He came as a devotee to demonstrate practical demo, how to surrender to Krishna. Anarpitam charim chirat karunavatirnam kalau. He came to give what? Unnatujvala rasam, top taste of love of Godhead. So he showed this and he said, Prabhu kahena Krishna seva Vaishnava sevana nirantara kara Krishna nama sankirtana. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 15:1-4, he explains to devotees in Kulia that actually you have to chant without cessation. Continue chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Whenever possible, serve him and his devotees, the Vaishnavas. And we can see Vaishnava Seva was so important. We can discuss really. That's what I told you. This is very, very difficult task for me when no time frame. And I have to put 2 breaks. Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Seva was taught to us by many sampradayas, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu particularly, he took these very good points, Saragrahi. He took several points from different sampradayas, but this particular mood, Vaishnava Seva and pure service, pure, Ahaituki Bhakti, very, very important. Pure devotion and Vaishnava Seva, he took from Sri Sampradaya, from Ramanuja Acharya. And who is Vaishnava? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains who is real Vaishnava. We have to understand the value of devotees. Really, it's very, very important, because sometimes we thinking we meeting each other sometimes, we're taking for granted. But devotee is very, very rare. He says actually, one who is initiated into the Vaishnava cult tradition and who is devoted to worshipping Lord Vishnu Krishna is a Vaishnava. One who is devoid of these practices is not Vaishnava. In Padma Purana it is said, somebody has to practice. Gyanam Vijnanam Sahitam. Practice makes man perfect. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, there are 3 kinds of Vaishnavas. We have to know how, serve to whom. He said, actually, this basically he explains, Prabhu kare yandra mukhe suni ekabara Krishna namase puja shrestha sabakara. One who chants the holy name of Krishna just once may be considered as a Vaishnava. Such a person is worshipable and is the topmost of the human beings. In fact, in Srimad Bhagavatam also explains that if somebody will chant holy name of Krishna, he'll already Arya. He's a topmost, at least in the eyes of Krishna. Aho batas pachuto gariyam yam jihvagri vartat nama tubhyam. Those who are chanting jihvagri by tongue, holy name, he already great devotees. He's Shashnur Arya. He's a great devotee already. In the eyes of Krishna, only once, Sakrideva. And also, he says, Krishna Nama Nirantara, Krishna Nama Nirantara Yang Haravadane, Say Vaishnava Sreshta Bhaja Tanhara Charane. He says that a person who is always chanting the holy name of Krishna is a superior Vaishnava, and your duty is to serve this lotus feet. And 3rd type of Vaishnava, Yanhara Darshane Mukhe Aise Krishna Nama Tanhara Janiha Tumi Vaishnava Pradhana. The topmost Vaishnava is he or she whose very presence make others chant the holy name of Krishna. Such a Vaishnava is superior to all others. So therefore, that the heart of Vaishnava is by nature softened due to the touch of lotus feet of Lord Krishna. I told you, no, this is as Kripa Shakti. By the nature of Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi, that is, he feels the pain and sees the sufferings of others. He cannot see peacefully suffering of others. Therefore, it is also explained by Nanda Maharaj in 10th canto. Oh my Lord, he said this to his guru. Oh great devotee, persons like you move from one place to another, and not for their own interests, but for the sake of poor-hearted grihastas, householders. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another. Actually, real Vaishnava sadhu, he doesn't need anything. Santushtak satatam yogi. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. My devotee is satisfied always. My dear Partha, one who claims to be my devotee is not so. Only a person who claims to be the devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. No one can approach Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. One can approach him through his pure devotee. Really, like we are meeting with big minister, and we had Rath Yatra recently in Nepal, and we decided to invite president of country. Why not? Prabhupada said, why not? We have to shoot for rhinoceros, as they say, right? So why don't we invite somebody who is like King Prataparudra, head of the state? Let's invite president of country. But how you can approach president? Impossible. Only through the secretary. So we found our way how to become friends with the PA, secretary of the president. And we went and we discussed, became friend with secretary, and secretary, when he is happy with us, he gave telephone number of president, he called him, and ultimately president of country came for a Thayatra, and he was sweeping the broom in front of Jagannath. So to come to the high post personality, we have to go through the proper channel, through his representatives. And in Skanda Purana also statement is explained, persons whose body are marked with the tilak, symbolizing the conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus, and who keep the leaves of tulasi on their heads, like this tilaka, and whose bodies are always decorated with gopi chandana, even seen once, can help the seer to relieve from all sinful reactions. What to speak of serving them? Bhagavatam says, see, this is also a very interesting statement from Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no doubt about one's becoming freed from all reactions to sinful activities after visiting a devotee or touching his lotus feet or giving him a sitting place. Even by remembering the activities of such Vaishnavas, one becomes purified, you see, along with his whole family. And what then to speak of rendering direct service to them? Srimad Bhagavatam 1:19-30. It's very, very interesting. I found this quotation, and that helped me to appreciate devotees. Oh, it's so valuable. Just by remembering Smartavyam Satatam, not only Vishnu, and Bhaktam, Bhaktum, Krishna himself worshipping devotees. Aham Bhakto Paradhino. He said, I'm following my devotee as a cow, following her baby calf. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that devotees, the root of creeper of divine love is service to the Vaishnavas. All things I attain if root is healthy. If we have that Vaishnava Seva root very, very strong and healthy, then bhakti will come naturally. I will recognize the Vaishnava, he said, as they are according to their qualification and offer my respect to them accordingly, actually. Then I will certainly achieve their mercy, which is the secret of all perfection. So what we need just mercy of Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Kripa. We do need that. One should consider Vaishnava Seva as an eternal occupational duty, but with the desire to gain the name and fame, one should not serve an invited Vaishnava with food and donations and then engage in activities hostile to devotional service. See, it's also sometimes we using Guruji. Yesterday I had a program and people told me, can you do nice kirtan, Guruji? And we did kirtan. And during the kirtan, people were not chanting, but they were making selfie with me. Everybody came, okay, photo, selfie, selfie, selfie. And motivation was not just to purify themselves and engage in kirtan, but to get some Suraj ke samne tara bhi chamak rahega na. Let's make photo and then everybody sending to their relatives and friends, whatever it may be, it's okay. Better than nothing. You know, baap ka beta sipai ka ghoda kuch nahi to thoda. At least something is there. But main motivation was just to get some profit. Why people coming to some big personalities, film stars? Can we make photo with you? That's okay. But our motivation should not be just to invite devotee as a show. Sometimes it's in Sanskrit, it's called Guru Bhogi. Sometimes even disciples, they putting, it's different topic also, of course, different kind of followers, disciples. They putting big photo of Guru or Krishna to be recognized as devotee. But real devotee, he thinks, I am not devotee. I am trying to become one devotee one day. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, actually, he is he showed to us. This is how they would greet devotees. Dasos me. He said, I am your servant. He considered Vaishnavas is, serving Vaishnavas as a supreme perfection. He said, this is one of the Kali Yuga dharmas, is Vaishnava Seva, he said. So, and to take the dust from lotus feet of Vaishnavas is not only physical exercise. Oh, Prabhuji, Padaraju Abhishekam, Nishkinchanana Navrimita Yavat. To take dust of the devotees means, you see, feet is the lowest part of the body. And the dust of the feet is the lowest part on the ground. And to take dust of means we have to place our head even below the lowest part. We can become humble. This is another formula. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. Trinadapi sunichina, tarorapi sahishuna, amani namanadina kirtanya sadahari. To become humble than the grass, blade of grass, more tolerant than the tree, give respect to others, and never expect respect to yourself. 4 things. But humble, humility, knowledge starts with humility. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, text 8 to 12, starts with humility. Amani from Adam Vitvam, Ahim Sakshantir Arjavam, etc. And we can see Prabhupada also explains this in purport in 6th canto Bhagavatam, 11 chapter 24 shloka. One must first become a servant of the servant of Lord Dasa Dasa Anudasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised, and he also showed by his own example, that a living entity should always desire to be the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. Naham vipro na chanarapati na pi vaishya shudro, naham varni na chagrihapati na vanastoyatirva, kintu pradhyan nikila paramananda purnamritabdhir gopi bhartur padakamalayur dasa 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 anudasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we are not grihastas, not brahmacharis, not sannyasis. We are not Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriyas, Brahmanas. No, we are servant of the servants. That's the mood. Because in the spiritual world, billions of devotees, millions, unlimited devotees, and you cannot serve Krishna, everybody. In spiritual world, we are serving each other. And where we can get Krishna Bhakti, explains also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Prema Janme Tenho, Punah Mukhya Anga. The root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is association with advanced devotees. Even when one's dormant love to Krishna awakens, association with devotees is still most essential. Even we already have bhakti, we still have to associate to continue watering our bhakti. So another great, so we can stop at the moment. So I just cut many slides, so we can just discuss this maybe next lecture on. It's like homework. We can discuss importance. You can read the purpose of the shlokas I give you. And the next jewel, very, very important, is a holy name. It's holy name. Namo Chintamani Rupam Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Abhinnatvam Nama Namine. This is like, holy name is like jewel. This is like a philosophical stone, can make all desires can be fulfilled. And of course, this wonderful bhajan, we'll skip this, but it's a wonderful Mathuram Madhure Bhupi Mangale Bhupi Mangalam. Would like somebody to read? Ramachandra Prabhu, any devotees, kindly, everybody can read one stanza, please. It's very, very nice.
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, please, kindly, everybody can randomly can read one shloka.
Okay. More sweet than all other sweet things, more auspicious than all other auspicious things, the greatest purifier of all purifying things. The holy name Sri Hari alone is everything. Okay.
The entire universe, from exalted Brahma down to the lowly clump of grass, is a product of illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. The only thing that is reality, reality again, I say reality. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
That person is a true preceptor or a true father, a true mother, and a true friend. Also, only if they teach one to always remember the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
There is no certainty when the last breath will come and put an abrupt halt to all one's material plans. Therefore, it is wise to always practice chanting from very childhood. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
Lord Hari eternally dwells in that place where truly exalted, spiritually advanced souls sing in the mood of pure devotion. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
Oh, what a sorrow! What a great sorrow! More painful than any other misery in the world, mistaking it as a mere price of piece of glass. The people have forgotten this drill. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
It should be heard again and again with one's ears. It should be uttered over and over with one's voice. It should be perpetually sung and sung anew. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
It makes the entire universe seem insignificant as a blade of grass. It reigns supreme over all in a splendorous manner. It is full of eternally conscious divine ecstasy. It is supremely pure. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
Jai. Nam Prabhu ki Jai. So, in fact, there's one story in Puranas. Then sometimes sages, they wanted to understand what is the best process of advancement and go back to Godhead in Kali Yuga. And they decided, they were arguing, somebody was saying this is tapasya, yagya, yoga, anulom vilom bastrika, all this. No. Then they decided to go to Badrika Ashram to meet Vyasadeva. And when they came, Vyasadeva was taking bath. And when he came out from the water, he said, I know your question. In this age of Kali, the best way of progress is holy name. Best age of all ages. Which age is best? The best age is Kali Yuga, is the best age for going back to Godhead. So sadhus could not understand why. It's the most degraded age. But Vyasadeva said, no, in this age, the easiest way to go back to Godhead, like in any other ages. So Kali Yuga, people worshipping Kali Yuga, because it's the easiest escape from here in this age. What is that? He said, this is actually by chanting holy name of Krishna, we can go back to Godhead. That's it. Kalaudo shunidhi rajan astihiko mahat gunan kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet. My dear king, also Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. There is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. 12 Canto, 3rd chapter, 51st shloka. So, and Krishna appears in every millennium, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. And in this age, he manifested as a holy name. He came as a holy name. And that's why Chaitanya Bhagavatam explains that only intelligent people will be worshipping Krishna through chanting holy names in this age. Yagya Sankirtana Pragya Jayantihi Sumedhasaha. Very, very intelligent people. Medhasa means intelligent, and Sumedhasa, very intelligent people, will come together and chant holy name. And Jiva Goswami explains in Bhakti Sandarbha, what is the meaning of Sankirtana, Samyak Kirtana, together, right? Bahu militvam tat Krishna ganam, Krishna sukha ganam. So Bahu militvam, they coming together and they chanting holy name. Bahu militvam tat sukha ganam, Krishna ganam. So they glorifying Krishna happily, not jabardasti, by putting stone on the heart. No, by happily. And they have to become of the same mentality, swajatiya. They have to have snigdha, as Rupa Goswami explains. They have to have friendly relationships. Snigdha also means oil. Like sometimes door producing sound when some becomes some junk there. It's creating sound noise, disturbing. But when you're putting oil inside, that, what do you call it? Connection. So it's not producing any sound, not disturbing anymore, because very smooth. So in relationships also, we need to have that kind of oil of snigdha, loving exchange, happily exchange, which can be manifested in 6 ways. Again, Rupa Goswami says 6 ways. Dadati pratigrihnati guhyam achati prichati bhungti bujayati chaiva priti lakshanam. Sadvidi priti lakshanam. 6 exchanges of priti purvakam. So give gifts to receive gifts, to invite for prasadam and to give prasadam to others, to speak some realization secrets and to hear some realization secrets from other devotees. Every community have to have these 6 exchanges all the time. We have to have a practice to visit each other's house, to bring some gifts, not big gifts, but small gifts, simple gifts. We can never expect people to lend their helping hand unless we will be able to touch their heart. So Vaishnava Association, we have to exchange the 6 things as told by Rupa Goswami to awaken that snigdha, that prema purvakam. And like, for example, it is now we have the conflict, right? Russia-Ukraine conflict, very heavy actually. I brought my mom now to Ukraine, from Ukraine. I brought all people, relatives, they stuck there. I have some relatives in Russia, some relatives in Ukraine, but I told to my mother, please come to Nepal. Now she is with me in Nepal. And there is rule during the war. One party telling to another party, if you want to save yourself, just surrender. You just surrender to us and you'll be saved. So say, or they even saying, anyone who pilots, so those who are driving helicopters or jets, airplanes, it is government rule. If you surrender and come and bring your airplane to us, we'll give you $1 million and freedom, new passport, and send you somewhere. You'll be saved. Just surrender. So this is a secret rule of the war. Just surrender and be forgiven. So similarly, in this age, this is a war against Maya. But Krishna says, you just surrender to holy name. Surrender to Krishna and you'll be forgiven. And Nityananda Prabhu, representative of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. He comes and distributes. He's like Avadhuta. He's crazy. He's giving to everyone. Yogya, Ayogya, qualified, not qualified. He gives this holy name to everyone and requests to surrender. And one of the examples of Jagai Madhai, the most sinful guys, which story is in Chaitanya Bhagavata, explained very in detail. Please kindly read the story, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the most sinful personalities. Most of us, we know the story, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And the mercy, it's another Jew, Jivadaya, briefly to explain, this is the compassion. This is the mission of compassion. Samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam. If we don't have the compassion in our heart still framed, very hard-hearted, because bhakti is supposed to make heart very soft, paradukha dukhi. You see? Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj is praying actually, I want to all blessings from all the Vaishnavas. So if I have to take birth again, punascha bhuyat bhagavat anante ratir prasangasya ashrayeshu mahat suyam yam upayami srishti maitri astu vishwasya namodvijebhyaha. He says that actually I need blessings from all the Brahmana Vaishnavas. If I have to take birth again, okay, Janmani Janmanishwari. But I want three things. I want attachment to Krishna. I want association of Vaishnavas. It's a blessing. And I want friendly relationships with all living entities. So this is a material attitude, jiva jivasya jivanam, to exploit each other. As Srila Radhanath Maharaj, he was mentioning, it was the time when people used to love people and use the things. But nowadays, people using people and love the things. Consumerism. I want.com. So, but spiritual attitude is to love all and to serve all. And that's what we call attitude makes our altitude. Like that. It's actually bringing us higher and higher by our bhava grahi janardana. And preaching means, compassion means we are thinking about others. We are not selfish, fish in the cell. We are not bound by the frame of our egoism. No, to give others. Krishna said, Tumhara Krishna ditya paro. Yare deha tareka Krishna upadesh. Amara agyaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is my order. Go and tell about Krishna, everyone. You see, Srila Prabhupada, he always was in that consciousness, how I can give Krishna to others. It's amazing, actually, Prabhupada's mentality. You see, and this was the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, Rupa Goswami, it's another topic. See, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, they were ministers. They were so opulent people. They had everything. Once we went to Ramkeli, this is a place where they were serving Nawab Hussain Shah, to the house of Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami, it was so beautiful. Still that place is there. And he had big lake, huge, beautiful, wonderful lake with peacocks and parks. And that was his bathroom only. He used to go there for the nature call, just beautiful gardens there, they had everything there. So they have no any lack of anything. Still they surrender for the sake of fallen souls of this age, and they took only Kopina Kantha, and they went to Vrindavan to live under the trees. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami in Prayag and Sanatana Goswami in Varanasi, go and construct the temples, write the books, and excavate holy places. Big tapasya. No any financial income, no any infrastructure and facilities in Vrindavan that time. Jungle. And being heroes, they became zero from material point of view. But because of their sacrifice, now we are all sitting here together. So you see, similarly, Srila Prabhupada, we can see also Advaita Acharya had compassion. That's Titikshava, Karunika, Sukhridam Sarvabhutanam. Because of him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came also here. And Srila Prabhupada, you see, that's another, of course, full topic, separately topic. I just give you one small example. Once Srila Prabhupada was walking in Manhattan, and he was always thinking how I can give this my Bhagavatam books to others, how to make Krishna known to everyone in such a Western country, where nobody knows about Krishna. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada used to write in his diary, it is hopeless case. No people coming, nobody interested in 1965. But Prabhupada was still never give up. Dridha Brataha. I have to do it because Krishna has some plan. Determination. So he was walking near to one shop, which was actually, this is, what do you call it? Shop of perfume shop. Some parlor saloon, you can say, whatever. And he saw big window of this, exposing windows of some items, some perfume or whatever, something. And Prabhupada was thinking, how nice would it be if I'll place my books to display on this nice display window. So he just blim blim, hearing the bell, he went inside that shop and he came to the shopkeeper and said, excuse me, can I place my books here on your window? What is a shop to do? Some perfume shop and books. And this lady was shocked actually. What? No, get out from here. This is a shop. This is not some temple and church and also Hindu. What books are you going to do in my exhibition room window? said, get out from here. And Prabhupada said, okay, don't get angry, please. Okay, it's okay. But I'm old man. Can I have a glass of water? Prabhupada said. And this lady was thinking, okay, this old guy, okay, let me bring the glass of water. And she went and brought the glass of water for Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada said, excuse me, can I have a chair to sit for 1 minute? Because it's not good to drink water by standing. You'll have knee problem. So, okay. And she just gave him chair. Okay, sit down. And Prabhupada sit down and drank this glass of water. And after drinking, Prabhupada, thank you very much. And then again, Prabhupada repeated that question. Excuse me, can I display my books on your show window? And this lady said, why not? You can do it so, no problem. Take. Mindset completely changed. Mahat Sevam Dvara Mahuru Vimuktis. By serving Vaishnava, that, service opportunity, she got opportunity to serve Vaishnava, pure devotee. The mindset completely changed because Krishna became happy. And she just changed completely. And as an example, devotees were sharing about one hostess in a plane when Prabhupada was eating some muri, puffed up rice. And one lady came and said, oh, what is this? Prabhupada said, do you have some milk? And she went, milk was not in the recipe there or in the list of the serving items, but she went and managed some milk for him. She came and gave milk to him. Prabhupada said, thank you very much. Thank you. And then she said, what are you eating? Oh, she never in her life, she saw the puffed rice. Puffed rice or muri. She never saw it. It's only Bengali item. And when Prabhupada was eating, she jabardasti put her hand in the plate of Prabhupada, grabbed some muri and eat. And all devotees were shocked. Even sannyasi, even close secretaries, they never allowed themselves to do so. But she just grabbed jabardasti by hand in the plate of Prabhupada, took some muri, tasted it and went, thank you. You can imagine. Anyway, and later on, many years later, one Sankirtan devotee was distributing books in the US. And he went to one house and he knocked the door, opened the door, lady came. He offered the books, Bhagavatam, would you like to have some spiritual books? And she said, oh, I have all set of your books. She said, oh, really? How come? He said, many times, many years ago, I was a hostess in the airport. And she said, it was Swamiji, and I tasted that funny rice from his plate. And after that, I like you people. I really was so much inspired by you people. And later on, she bought all Prabhupada's books, she knows about Hare Krishna. Can you imagine that disposition, positive disposition, because she brought one glass of milk to Srila Prabhupada? Like that. Prabhupada was very merciful by distributing this Satam Kripa Shakti. And we know this movie, of course, Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna movement, the mantra, the movement, and Swamiji who started it all. I hope everybody saw. If somebody didn't see, please, highly recommend it. Watch it. It's heart-touching presentation of Srila Prabhupada's journey. And Srila Prabhupada is actually family for us. Srila Prabhupada. So, and therefore the Sankirtan Yagya is nothing but teamwork. Team means together everyone achieves more. Even to deliver one flower, I like this photo very much. That even to deliver flower, we need each other very badly. And we have to hold each other. That's why time and again, we called our team and family in Nepal, hold, home of love and devotion. We have to hold each other, each and every member important to reach out and to help others, like that. And also in Nepal, my personal experience, I was thinking, let me take some responsibility in Prabhupada's movement. Once Srila Prabhupada was Burijan Prabhu, His Grace Burijan Prabhu and Jagatarini Mataji in Philippines. And once Burijan Prabhu was sharing with me this very interesting incident with Srila Prabhupada. He said, we were sitting with Srila Prabhupada, and then Srila Prabhupada said, dear Burijan, do you know what is my heartfelt wish, desire? manobhishta. What is my heartfelt desire, he said. And Burijan Prabhu said, yes, Prabhupada, what is that? And then Srila Prabhupada looked with tears in his eyes and he said, I wish that each and every living entity of this universe should become Krishna conscious and go back to Godhead. That's my desire. And Prabhupada was so much grave and serious. Then Burijan Prabhu, he looked and he told, we were students sitting there in Bhakti Vaibhava in Vrindavan. And he said, do you think you will not get small space in such a huge plan of Srila Prabhupada? You take one small space and assist Srila Prabhupada in his wonderful mission. Like that. And I was thinking, that's a cool idea. That was 2003. And that time, my Guru Maharaj called me, now you have to go to Nepal. Oh no, what to do? And I remember that instruction, so important. Okay, let me take my piece of cake and to dedicate myself to assist Srila Prabhupada. So since 2003, actually, beginning, we already there trying to do something. And I'm always meditating on that Jiva Daya. We are maybe not qualified, that's okay. One devotee came and said, Srila Prabhupada, I am the most fallen, I am most. And Prabhupada said, you are nothing the most. The most is Krishna. We are simply insignificant. So therefore, Dhuri Sadrisham Vichintaya, we have to become VIP, very insignificant people. We have to become humble servant and to have simple desire to become instrument in the hands of Krishna. Nimitta matta bhava. And you can become housewife, householder, engineer, doctor, does not matter. You can grihetako, banetako, sada hari boledako. You always chant holy name and give it to others. Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha, and tell others about Krishna. So like that. And this is very, very, like I'm giving example of a broom. Broom may be dirty, that's okay, but it's still making room clean. And we can see around, it's clean room now. So therefore, we simply have to continue to push and to do our duty. Don't worry profit or the loss. Surrender life to Supreme Boss. And far and wide, try spread his fame by chanting sweet and holy name. In human life, we have a gift, an opulence, and treasure. The true devotees of the Lord who want to give him pleasure. Keep Guru's order in the heart. Example his behold. To whom you meet, give Krishna's feet, 2 lotuses to hold. And as I told you also, my mom came to Nepal, now she is with me here, and she personally gave picture of Gauranga Mahaprabhu to president of country. I took her to Rath Yatra, and nobody was allowed, but I pulled my mom and we were with mother. She gave big painting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to president of Nepal. So it was very significant, and she offered puja to Srila Prabhupada also. She is so happy, and she said, I got so much, now even I'm traveling now, but devotee is taking care of her. She's in hospital now. Please kindly pray for her so she can also get well and spiritually remember Krishna all the time. She's cancer patient. But she said, I never got so much love as I got here. In few months, I got so much love from devotees. I never got it in all my life. Like that.
Не надо ей тепла и хлеба, она тепло и хлеб. И даже если крест предложит, пойдет на крест она. Любовь одна спасти нас может, одна любовь, одна. Когда любовь приходит с неба, увидит просто свет. Не надо ей тепла и хлеба, она тепло и хлеб. И даже если крест предложит, пойдет на крест она. Любовь одна спасти нас может, одна любовь, одна.
She was blessing everyone. She said, all my children. So this is the wonderful miracle for me personally in my personal life, that Vaishnavas, this is such a family which can create wonderful, loving environment where even gross materialistic people, actually my mom is not devotee of Krishna at all. Zero, if not minus. She was so angry. She kicked me out from the house, as I told you several times. Many years ago, she kicked me out from the house. Get out from here. We are very ashamed of you. You became sadhu, crazy guy. They always were criticizing me all life. But this time she came and said, no, you actually not crazy. We are crazy. You're not crazy. And especially when we brought her and she met president of country and other people. Oh no, she was thinking, who are you? And I said, Mom, I am just simply your son. I'm just, no, what is happening? Why so many thousands of people, president of country coming to see you? I said, Mom, I'm just simply insignificant servant of, I'm just, of devotees. And she was convinced by seeing the environment. People, they don't want to hear philosophy. They just don't want. Neither they understand philosophy, but they want to feel something. And they're not fools. People can feel. When devotees have these relationships and loving exchange, and they love to serve together, so together everyone achieves more. People automatically will be getting that vibration. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So thank you very much for your wonderful tolerance. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions? We can just have some few minutes. If any questions are there, we can.
Okay, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So this coming Saturday is our annual picnic in Paramus. This is a good time. Again, this again boils down to what Prabhuji was saying about association, how important it is. This is not just another picnic. This is also Krishna conscious outing where we'll be doing kirtan, having prasadam, meeting and greeting devotees, playing some Krishna conscious game. And it's a fun-filled program for kids and adults and everybody. Next coming Sunday, we'll have a class by His Grace Mayapur Chandra Prabhuji. So please come. He's by profession, he's a medical doctor, and the entire family has been serving in the movement for many years. We're very honored to have him speak to us. So please come and bring your friends and family. Then the other main program is Janmashtami, which is August 19th. Please note that the venue is different this time. It's in Bergen field, not at our current center. And it's from 6 p.m. onwards. And also we have many other opportunities for sponsorships. This is our once a year time when we get to do the Abhishek and also raise funds through which we can have bigger and better programs in the future. So there are 3 Kalash sponsors categories. Also, if anybody wants to sponsor the entire Janmashtami Prasadam or the decorations or the flower decorations, please let myself, Gopal Govinda, Ram Tulsi Prabhu know. And then we have our weekly Bhakti Vriksha programs. You can click here to see where it happens. Every Monday to Friday, 12 to 12:15. From your busy day schedule, you can join on this Zoom for Bhagavad Gita reading. And daily morning japa. Prabhuji also mentioned about the importance of Nam Ruchi. And if you chant early in the morning, you will get the holy name's taste. It's different than doing it any other time of the day. First thing in the morning, if we start our day with chanting the names, then we feel content, we feel complete that today I've achieved something. So please join us in the morning in the same Zoom call. So thank you very much. And back to if there's any questions. Okay, there is one question that's come in the chat box. Thank you so much, Patri Prabhuji, for sharing the essence of our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. I especially like the last picture with cows. Please share some of your experience of cow seva and living closer to land to help us relish the jewels.
Thank you very much. It's super wonderful question. And I would say only one thing, that we are from the planet of cows, all of us, ultimately we want to go to the planet of cows, go loka. And Krishna himself serving cows. And if we cannot get that, samskaras of serving cows, then what are we going to do there in spiritual world? So therefore, Cow, she's our mother, of course. And Prabhupada, many places in Bhagavatam, he stressed the importance of cows. Because there is so many aspects of serving cow. First of all, it's mercy, because she's our mother. And in Mahabharata, in Bhishma Pitamaha, Bhishma Parva, he explains that society can be advanced, considered advanced, if 5 personalities protected there. Women, children, old people, saintly people, and cows. They have to be protected. Otherwise, we don't have civilized consciousness even. We can give big philosophy, that's okay. But head in the clouds is fine, but we have to keep legs on the ground. So in this way, if we want to develop society, we have to set the example to society, how to protect the cows. We humbly trying to do that in Nepal at least, and I know many places also devotees trying. Government now working very full speed with us. They're providing many districts in Nepal now. They realized we have to develop this area to protect the cows. We have more than 200 plus cows, and government giving us budget also. Recently, they delivering us even vehicles. The government giving us vehicles to go around and provide facilities for the cows. And now, but we started from scratch. We started from complete scratch, but I had full faith by serving Gomata. Krishna will provide everything, Yogakshama Vaham, because he is Govinda, Gopal. So if you have faith of serving cows, everything will be provided by Krishna. And now it's very wonderful to get the blessings from cows. And my experience is, I remember in one of the places here in Nepal, Tilottama, cows were dying like anything, because there's so many cows in the street roaming around in India, in Nepal, and they used to capture the cow and dump it in one place, and they call it Goshala. It was not Goshala, it was crematorium. And every week, 3-4 cows were dying. It was like stinking smell. And mayor of the city, he called me. I was that time in Dubai, and he called me because somebody, one friend in Chicago, life member, later on, Ramakanta, his name. We became friends, and he called to his uncle, who happened to be the mayor, and said, you have to engage ISKCON. ISKCON will take care of cows, otherwise you'll be in hell. So this guy, okay, he called me in Dubai, and he requested, can you take this Goshala? It was a big challenge for me personally to take this responsibility. But somehow or other, Krishna consciousness is jumping from the mountain without parachute. Faith means faith in something sublime, which you never did before. You don't know what's going to happen, but it's the right thing to do. If you have faith, that is the right thing to do. I don't know how to do it, who is going to do it, but it's the right thing to do. Like Srila Prabhupada, he went to America alone, no money, no friends, but it's right to do. And because we took this responsibility, ultimately, now things prospering, growing, and it become national park. Now people so much happy to support. And that became example for all country. Now mayors from many countries, they calling me, they want to give Goshala and land and to make the similar kind of projects in their places. And actually it will give, and one time I was going to India, just recently I was going to India, and on the way to India, I'm always visiting that Goshala. Now we have more than 200 local cows, and we have our milk production and cow urine and factory, and making national park there and making cottages for devotees, etc., etc. It's a long story. But when I came to the Goshala, we make special place for cows, new place. And when I came there, you know what? What was the reward for me? When they saw us, cows started to mooing. All Goshala. And I was going through them, and they were all licking me. Oh no, I was thinking, and they all like moving to me and licking like this. So it was such a reciprocation. I can confess, I could not contain. You see, I had tears in my eyes. I was thinking, oh no. It's like, like your mother giving you things, all of them. It was very nice exchange, and I felt, yes, this is the right things to do. And that's what we have to do, because time comes that we may can face nuclear challenge, nuclear bombs, pretty much possible. Therefore, when nothing will be there, Mother Cow will protect us. She will give us fertile land, milk, product, ghee, etc. That's why piece of land, one cow, and wonderful association. That's what we need. Your question?
Yes,
Thank
there
you
are
so
a
much.
few,
Thank you so much.
there are a few more questions. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how can we maintain our bhakti? Sometimes I feel good chanting, but sometimes I feel so low, and I feel now I can't do more bhakti.
It's called Anisthita Bhakti. Anisthita Bhakti means Anartha Nivritti stage. I'll tell you, that's what I was always putting. I'll give you answer in one stanza. I'm writing poems sometimes, but I wrote one shloka. When life will throw me down with no light around, I firmly put on tilak and chant the holy sound. Don't worry profit or the loss, surrender life to Supreme Boss, and far and wide try spread his fame by chanting sweet and holy name. So what to do? You have to simply stand up and fight. Push, continue pushing, pray until something happens, push. You know, there is no time of being sentimental. Okay, war is war, and in the war sometimes you can get wounded, you know, sometimes affected, and we need good association, not good support. We need really encouragement from others, because when you're back to back with your peers and the mates together, so people, those who are looking in the same direction, you know, they will always will be by your side. So devotee, wonderful Vaishnava association, and understanding of the goal, why you're doing what you're doing. And you have to do it for somebody. If you're doing for yourself, you'll not continue it for a long time. That's why I'm always saying in our team, if you want to go fast, you have to go alone. But if we want to go far, we have to go together. That's the secret. Stay together and you'll make it. Because sometimes up and down, that's okay. And Krishna gives an answer in Bhagavad Gita. Matras parshastu kaunte shitoshna sukha dukkha daha agama apayana nityasmam titikshasva bharata. Happiness, distress, heat and cold, it's coming and going. Therefore, you have to learn how to tolerate it without being disturbed and continue. Hare Krishna.
Okay, the next question. First of all, thank you so much, Patri Prabhuji, for delivering such an effective class. I want to know what are the differences in benefits while chanting the holy name on beads and without beads. Kindly let us know, as I was questioned some same questions from some of my friends.
Thank you. Very nice question. Actually, beads and non-beads may keep chanting. Beads helping us to count a certain particular amount of names. Particular amount of names we have to count. You know, and it's helping us to be regular in our chanting. Beads, actually. Because people saying, oh, I'm always chanting. But if you can check, these people chanting maybe only 10, 20, 50, 100 times. That's all. Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Krishna. No. When you're sitting as a sadhana, as a systematical rule and chanting, you'll make sure that you're completing particular amount of names every day, like a dose. And it's very helpful to control the mind. And I believe in some scriptures in Padma Purana, I believe, it is explained that if you can chant certain amount of time, 35 billions of names in your life, you'll go back to God. So how to make it? With one devotee, we were sitting and calculating how much time takes to complete this. It takes 50 years. If you can chant 16 rounds, 50 years. Oh, really? And if you can chant 25 rounds every day, you can complete it in more quickly. So therefore, to complete our amount, you know, somehow or other, yena tena prakarena, by somehow or other you chant, because holy name working without you understanding how. Like medicine, we don't know how medicine working. You just simply have faith in the doctor and take it. Nam namakari bahudani ja sarva shaktis. all energies. But by chanting on Japa Mala, you can clearly see how many rounds you completed today as a vow to your spiritual master, etc. So that's why it's very helpful. Otherwise, okay, if there's no Japa Mala, everybody can chant even once, it's also nice. But to make it Namaruchi, you have to be determined and chant on Japa Mala. Because our acharyas did it, and we are following their footsteps. Does it make sense? And I wish everyone to complete this amount in your life. So we can meet again there in spiritual world and continue doing classes together and chanting. Family which dancing together, advancing together. Family which, sing together, cling together to Krishna. Thank you.
And we just see that when we chant together in the morning, there's quite a few devotees who join every day. And there are some devotees who chant once a week. They have their schedules, but I humbly request that those who chant for even 30 minutes on a Monday or a Tuesday or Wednesday, make that your daily practice, not just once a week. And join not only for yourself, but for others also, because others get inspired by seeing you joining in the mornings. So the next question is, can anyone be a Vaishnava with faith in two branches of Vaishnavism, like somebody in ISKCON as well as Pushti Marg at the same time?
Wonderful question. Super. No problem at all. Not at all problem. Sometimes I'm saying, when you have wonderful preparation like some khichdi or porridge, and you're putting wonderful butter there, so it will not corrupt to nahi hoga na? So it will not become spoiled. It become only better taste. Ideally, of course, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, ideally, you have to focus and be honest and faithful to one personality, one guru, right? We can associate with many, we can listen from few, but we have to follow one. It's called chastity. And of course, it's a free choice of everyone to choose where is your heart is. Because it's nothing wrong to follow one authorized sampradaya. In Pushti Marga, this is authorized sampradaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very, very close with Vallabhacharya, and there's many pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Chaitanya Bhagavata. In Jagannath Puri, Vallabhacharya, he was very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was chanting holy names. But they have different mood and bhava. Like in spiritual world, everybody have different flavor. That's right. And Krishna says, Bhava Grahi Janardana. He is actually accepting our mood. And we are all unique, very, very special to Krishna. There is no photocopy of us in this creation. Like a fingerprint, biometrics, it's unique for everyone. Similarly, our relationship with Krishna, very unique. And interesting enough that each and every living entity thinking that he is the best. Krishna loves him the most. And it's true. In that particular relationships which he has with Krishna, Rasa, he is the most beautiful in the eyes of Krishna. There is no one. Similarly, that's why somebody who has some connection with Pushti Marga, no problem, Krishna accepting your service. But it doesn't mean that we have to neglect other sampradayas. We have to high respect to everyone, enjoying movement, and to chant holy name, because holy name is for everyone. For any sampradaya is the same holy name. Like sun shining for everyone same, Hindu, Muslim, Christian even. Sun is always sun. And therefore devotee's name is Saragrahi. He accepting the essence. Doesn't matter which sampradaya you are, but if essence is Krishna and to love him, samsiddhi haritoshanam, to please him, that's the main thing. And you can be in any tradition, in any faith even, but you have to chant holy name. All right? So should not be confused.
Mike, I have a question, Prabhuji. You mentioned about the three types of Vaishnava, of which the first one was one who chants the name of Krishna even once. At the same time, we know the 10 offenses that if somebody chants the Mahamantra as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, they also chant the name of Krishna. So is that also considered, or somebody chants the name of Krishna jokingly or blaspheming Krishna, is that also considered as somebody chanted once and they're also Vaishnava?
Hare Krishna. Very nice question, very deep question actually. In the eyes, there is one saying in the bhajan in Nepali, Fulya akama fulya sansar, katika akama katika sansar. In the eyes of flower, all world is flowery. Everybody likes flowers. But in the eyes of thorn, everything is thorny. Everybody likes thorns. We see the world not as we are, but as our consciousness. Not as it is, but as our consciousness. Atmavan manyate jagat. So very, very advanced devotee, pure devotee, he can see every single living entity in this creation as a Vaishnavas. Except him. I am not a Vaishnava, everybody Vaishnavas. But intermediate devotee like Madhyamadhikari, he can differentiate, he can make difference. Envious, innocent, juniors, equals, and seniors. And he making relationships accordingly. So similarly, from absolute point of view, anyone who chants, it's Krishna says, from Krishna's point of view, we are all actually his children, belong to Vishnu. But somebody diseased, somebody not diseased, different types of covering. And if somebody speaks holy name, even once, Sakrid Eva, Prasanna Tadasmi Itiyamache, Abhayam Saradatasma Itim Eva Vratam Mama. He says it Sakrid even once. Yamaraj tells, I believe in 6th Canto Bhagavatam, chapter number 2-3, you can read. He says, even somebody speaks jokingly, by chance, neglectfully, while falling down from the roof or some accident, even indirectly. Example given by Haridas Thakur, Muslim chanting haram. Haram means abominable. But because Ram was there, benefit will be there also. India is called Agyata Sukriti. And there are 3 levels of chanting, of course, Nama Paradha, then Nama Bhasa, and then Shuddhanama. And it takes many lifetimes to come to the stage of Shuddhanama, but at least he started. Once we don't understand the power of holy name, it's so powerful, but from the sinful mouth, holy name will never come out. Krishna will not be willing to come out. But holy name and Krishna are not different. Therefore, we have to give all respect to those who are willing to chant it even once. So it means they started their spiritual journey. It's like seed. When you're planting the seed, it doesn't mean that it will grow into a beautiful mango tree tomorrow. No, it will take time, but it's already planted there. And if it's done by pure nama, like somebody who is pure devotee, he put that pure Shuddha nama, because it depends who is chanting. Like Shila, I didn't give example. When I was that time in army, was completely some officer. I never heard about Krishna, nothing, not even single thing I heard about Krishna. Never even saw Krishna. But it was one program, which is long story. And I met one devotee, one sannyasi came. And when he saw me in uniform, he felt compassion toward me. He looked at me in my eyes. And I was thinking, why this guy looking at me? Why he's staring at me? And he looked at me and he very loudly screamed, Haribo! In my eyes. So I got pasina. I started to sweat. Oh, crazy people. What this guy is chanting? I never heard the name of Krishna. But it was like distance, maybe 1-2 feet only from my face. Like this. He looked at me close and Haribo! Like this. And I woke up. And one thing I remember, I felt, I wanted to dance straight away. I wanted to take my uniform and dance and jump like this with these guys. I don't know from where the desire came. I never saw Hare Krishnas before, but I wanted to dance. Vichara, Mahamari, and he gave me this bhakti infection. Till now I am dancing. What to do? So one holy name only. What to do? First gear. That's why by the mercy of devotees, they can put us in the network of Krishna. Arakeno maya jole pariyecho jiva mina. Bhaktivedanta Thakur saying, how long, my dear fish soul, you're going to stuck in the network of Maya? Arakeno maya jole pariyecho jiva mina. So fish is like fish, soul like fish. We're stuck in this network. And unless somebody will make us free, we can never get out by the mercy of Vaishnavas. Tadera charana seva bhakta sanivas. Okay. I think we have to stop now here.